Hello, this is Mike Wade, Chief Options Strategist for Tom Gentile, and welcome to this video featuring Tom's Tools. Stock and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. You must be aware of these risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the stock and options market. Don't trade money you cannot afford to lose. Please don't construe anything I'm about to share with you as advice. I am not an advisor, investment advisor, broker, nor dealer. I'm a trader just like you. All prices are in US dollars unless noted otherwise. Feel free to read the balance of the disclaimer by pausing the recording. In the last video, I talked to you about the concept that not all options are created equally. All right, so when we buy an option, we can pick a long-term option as far as 18 months away, and we can pick a weekly option and virtually everything in between. And one of the things that I distinguished last video was that options that are shorter term, the shorter the amount of time in the option position, the amount of time value in the option position, the faster they move. So in this case, think of a weekly option as a formula race car and a long-term option as a tractor trailer. If we were to race these two, you'd find that the weekly option would cross the finish line far quicker than the longer-term option. So what we want to do is use these options and profit fast with usually a small move in the stock price. It's not unusual for these weekly options to double with only a 2% move in the stock price. So the real question then becomes, how do I find stocks that are ready to break? So we're going to use this beautiful indicator in stock charts in Tom's Tools called the channels indicator. We're going to use this stock charts channel indicator to find stocks that are ready to break, and then finding the fastest weekly options using option chains. So I'm going to do a two-part process to really show you how you can harness the power of weekly options on stocks that are ready to break. All right, so I'm in Tom's Tools. I've back tested to 4/25/2019 to illustrate a point. First thing we want to do is go into stocks and charts. And stock charts, I'm going to select a company called MO. You've heard of them before, Altria. On the 25th of April, Altria announced earnings and gapped down. Now, where's it going from here? Well, it can go up, down, or sideways, but when you use the channel indicator, scroll down, and you'll notice on the right side of the page, there's a channel test. For now, leave all the default settings alone, click channel test. So let's talk about what channels are. Channels are really a series of support and resistance levels. So what the channels tool does is it draws three channels for us: a long-term channel, which is pink, a mid-term channel, which is green, and then a short-term channel, which is blue. So notice each channel has an upper resistance, a lower support level, and then an intermediate support / resistance level. All right, so what's interesting about this is if you look at the support and resistance of each of these channels, when they collide as they've done here, you get an excellent pivot point. So what's the pivot point here? It's the support level of the pink channel, the support level of the green channel, the support level of the blue channel, all colliding, providing a beautiful support level, a three-part support level for this stock. All right, so that's how the channel tool works. You can use it to find bearish opportunities, bullish opportunities. You can use these intermediary lines to determine support and resistance. And the idea is to search for as many lines as possible crossing each other, providing either a support level or a resistance level for the underlying stock. All right, now the good news here is that the stock only has to go up a little bit up here to this resistance level, which is likely to kick in. You can see here we've got support, 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 support there. And then that support level, which again is at 54, becomes support. So what I prefer to do is double my money at 54. So how do I find a stock option that will double my money if the stock goes to 54? That's only, what, a 3-point move up in the stock price. And if that happens, I want to double my money. So how do I find that? Here's how you do it. You go into options and option chains. And notice my backtest date is still the same. Select percent to double and delta quote. Make sure you give yourself at least 1 week of time. I want to take the shortest time possible. I'm not interested in a 1-day option. I am interested in an 8-day option. And then I click update. And what this will do for me is it will produce a yellow box around the option that will double my money with the smallest move. Notice this 52 call option here, which is highlighted yellow, will double my money with only a 1.83% move up in the stock. Let's go ahead and buy that option. Let's hit my risk graph button. And then we have a long call trade that is going to cost me $51. Let's go ahead and spend $500. I'll ask for 10 of these $51 options. I'll click risk graph and let's walk this forward and see how this trade performs. Remember, I want to double my money by 54. This is what happened the next day. I'm hitting the plus one day on Altria. You can see here the stock bounced as expected and rose a little bit. Let's take a look. How much did it rise? Well, it rose to 52.79. Let's go forward one day on my option, hitting the plus one day. And notice in one day, we ended up with a $600 profit or 117.6% return. Now, that would have been an awesome time to exit, but watch what happens. I'll go forward one more day, and notice we're just shy of 54. That line there is 54. We're not quite there yet. Let's go forward one more day, which is the 30th of April, and we eclipsed the 54 target. Let's go ahead and change the date to April 30 in our risk graph, and notice what happened. It's pretty phenomenal, the power of these weekly options. This ended up being a 398% return on investment by taking the trade all the way up to 54, which was our price target. So in summary, we're using the Stock Charts Channels tool. To access it, go into Stock Charts. So that's Stocks, Charts, and Stock Charts. Click Channel Test. That will draw those beautiful channels on the chart. Use the channel collision technique I shared with you, and then find a stock that's about to make a pop to the upside. And then once you've found a stock that you really like, what you do is you go into Options, Option Chains. Make sure you select, give yourself at least 8 days of time. You may want to go a bit further, but for me, it's usually a 7-day option or 8-day option, as close to 7 as possible. And then go into your option chains, select percent to double and delta quote, click update, and then go out and find the lowest percent to double, the yellow box for the associated option. So there you have it, a two-part process to find stocks that are ready to break just a little bit, and then to find the very best option trade to double your money with a very small move in the stock price. All right, thanks for watching. Have fun with that, and I'll see you next time.